Now, before delving deep into this topic, I need to discuss something with you, which is from I've been a combat sports fan throughout my life, but I've been um, UFC, MMA, one MMA, and all the promotional fights, which includes mixed martial arts. I've been that fan from 2015 up until late 2020 or so. And one thing that I want to discuss with you all is there are levels to these games. And I think that is what Daniel Cormier also says. When you take a complex sport like mixed martial art, wherein athletes or fighters come from different practices such as jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, sambo, so on and so forth, you need to understand that to become a complete mixed martial arts fighter, you need to understand all those techniques, all those nuances of those other mixed martial arts in depth. If not in depth, then you need to understand what moves or what legal nuances would come from the opposite end. Let me delve much more deeper into it. For that to understand, you need to have knowledge of your opponent. So when I say that, let's say you are top boxer and you are facing a challenge with a best grappler or best wrestling person, then it's your duty to ensure that whenever the fight is happening, to keep it in the standing motion and not go the fight on the ground, because at that point of time he would grapple, he would submit you. But while standing, you can lay on your punches and ensure that you can inflict as much pain as much pain as you can, because this is a fight. Let's be real. Now, when we say this, you need to understand that if at all the fight goes on the ground, you need to ensure that you are back up on your feet as soon as possible and not go into his territory. Because if you are into his territory, you should learn the skills as to how to escape from that and come to your territory, so that the referee could ask him to stand up and then resume the fight. Now, that being said, there are, as I said, there are levels to this game. So, for example, a novice fighter would try to go into his territory and submit him as he's a grappling expert, so it would make much more name, or it would be much better on his PR part, that is he has defeated the other person in his home territory or home area or home area of practice. That is not something which you should do. What you should do is ensure that you have complete control over your area of expertise. Post that, you should learn all other expertise which are in the market, whether we are speaking from the tech aspect or from fighting aspect. You, if you are speaking from tech aspect, you should know implementation, you should know SAP, ERP, so on and so forth. What are the products in your expertise basically? If you are speaking strictly about fighting, you should know what is KPORA, you should know what is Sambo, you should know all the other fighting styles, and if at all you are matched up with the other person, you should delve much more deeper and fight that kind of fight in the sparring sessions. Having been said that, as I said, there are levels to these games. So whenever as you move ahead, it you would face another challenge which is much more difficult, and as you move ahead, you will fight the champion, the champ of the champs, and that person is the top best in what he does. So you have to be the best in what you do. You cannot fight a fight which is in his favor, because we have been training in such in certain practice throughout our life, and we cannot switch like that. We need to ensure whatever we do, we are the best in that. And to do that, now comes the main part of the video. To do that, you need to ensure that you are spending much time with you as in your person. That is, you need to meditate, you need to practice on your own, you need to take yourself into deep waters. Now, what is deep waters? Deep waters is when your body or your mind gives up, and it is at that point of time you have to push in. You have to push in more and more and more, because at that point of time you can measure how far you can go. And once you measure that, you come to know how long you can push. And once you do that, you will be able to measure yourself. And as I always say, what cannot be measured cannot be progressed. So it is very imperative for you to measure your kicks, your studying time, your efficiency, your throughput, whatever it is. You need to measure it. And you need to know how deep you can go, in how deep waters you can sustain yourself. How badly do you want it? If you want it badly enough, then you would put in that effort. There is no excuses. As long as your breathe is alive, that is, you can breathe, your breathing is possible, put up a fight. Put up a fight. Because until death, all defeats are psychological. So I hope you liked this video. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.